So now I will invite Professor Carlos Calazarawa from Brazil.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, yes.
It's a pleasure being here in this morning. I am a student of Brazil. I'm working on LABIMI, Laboratory of Study Immigration of the World in Rio de Janeiro. And I asked to the teacher Erica Sarmiento about the last court of in education to the government.
Okay.
Understand, teacher?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your inputs. You know, this was it was just a random invitation, and I'm really grateful that we could hear some more views on this. So now to move on, I would like to invite now Professor Luis Arnoldo. Professor Arnoldo, he is a PhD in biochemistry from MIT. And completed the advanced management program at Venezuela. He was a professor at Medical School of the University of Venezuela and presided various academic associations. He also is an executive secretary of the Permanent Commission for Science and Technology of the House of Representatives at the National Congress of Venezuela. So we really have the pleasure of having him. And this paper is a joint paper. So along with Professor Arnoldo, we have Dr. Elit Diaz. She is a PhD in business administration from University of Venezuela, a master's in social psychology from the University of Barcelona, Spain. She worked as an associate professor at the University of Venezuela for 10 years. And since then, she has been cooperating with the Interconectados Foundation for Venezuela. She also conducted research in this field with the group of Latin American Collaborative Research. So I invite you both to present your paper, please. You have 7 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know. I am waiting to have the picture shown. Is that okay?
Sir, your voice is not clear. Please.
Perhaps you can turn your video off. It can. Maybe we can.
Oh, I should talk my video off. Okay, I will take it off then. No.
Okay. Okay, it's better now.
Can you show the video now? No, I can show my video. Okay, I will speak, but I understand the video is not showing now. Is that correct? Or you are going to show my video? You are going to show the video?
No. What I'm saying, Luis, is that if we cannot hear you, maybe it's better to turn your video off so that we can hear you better.
Okay, but can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I can go on and just speak like everybody else, or you rather show my video. If you show my video, I will have 1 more minute to comment at the end because the video lasts only 6 minutes.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay, I will go ahead. Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you to the Global Research Forum on Diaspora and Transnationalism and the Center for Research on North America of the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. We would like to talk now, myself and Dr. Elliot Diaz from Fundación Interconectados Venezuela, about a concept, which is the flipped forum, like flipped classroom and social capital development in the context of a student migration due to COVID-19. COVID-19. What do we mean by flipped forum and social capital development? From our studies on Venezuelan diaspora, and everybody knows that in Venezuela now we have a big political problem, so we have to move between politics and policies in order to understand the Venezuelan diaspora and the students that might be studying abroad, or students which their families went abroad within this diaspora and are studying abroad. How do we do to cover for that capital drain, from that brain drain that we are having of people leaving the country, and much more with this COVID-19 problem? We have been studying the possibility of developing social capital instead, using the technologies, using information and communication technologies to build social capital. And in this time of diaspora, we understand that with COVID-19, more than ever, peer-to-peer electronic communities must be developed more in these times, and they are very clearly related to student migration. Peer-to-peer communication directly will allow to exchange information, distribute tasks, or execute transactions. So some people even think that the technologies are a panacea. But what is the problem and in the world is trust. How do we trust each other? When you use technologies, it's even harder to develop trust. We all know from the sociology that primary groups develop trust through life, family, country, and so on. When these students go abroad, it's very easy for them to generate bonds, what is called bonding social capital with their relatives, with people from the same country. But how we do for them that remain in the country? How we develop bridging social capital, which is, according to Putnam, the value assigned to social networks between socially heterogeneous groups. We must develop bridging social capital with the students that are abroad, people that are in the country, much more if they are researchers. If they are in science doing research, we are interested in having all that knowledge available for the people that are in the country. And with the COVID-19 and the lack of possibility of get together, of moving freely about the countries, much more our development flipped forums is in the chat my email, and I put it a reference is in Spanish the paper, but you can translate it into the use of the technologies as a motivational element to work in science. Let me explain very quickly what a flipped forum is. Imagine that today's forum that we are having, this very important and interesting forum between the Americas, Asia, and Europe, people in Europe, people all over the world, we have done it in the following way. Before the forum, before today, 15 days ago, all of us put up in the web our talks, 6-7 minutes talks, put it 15 days before. We have 15 days time to see those talks, to see the presentations, make notes, ask the opponent, the professors who gave the talks, what to clarify points, make forward ideas, and then use this time rather than watching each other for 7 minutes times is over 40 minutes that we will be watching each other, going directly to discuss things that could come up from the previous watching of the presentations. What we have been doing for 8 years now with the Flipped Forum in our country is to have in a national meeting, the Venezuelan Association for the Advancement of Science, we have these flip forums where people abroad, people in the country present their talks previously on the web, and the day of the meeting, we come to join together to build trust precisely. With the students abroad, we think that the bonding of social capital is already developed. They are in contact with people from their same countries, but they have to build bridging social capital. They have to start meeting people in their own field of research in other countries, in their origin country and in the recipient country. If I am doing a PhD in biochemistry, in neurochemistry, I want to know who is doing neurochemistry in my country, in other words, in other parts of the world. We can use the Flipped Forum for them to put up their presentations, have interactions and trust, and therefore building that social capital that is needed in our countries. In a sense, that's what we are doing today. Okay, but let's face it, today we have a 2 minutes, I would take 1 more minute. Today, we have to understand each other, something that is very hard because we speak English, more or less rusty English, and we have to understand what we are trying to say and to interact in order to do for further work. That's why I put my Gmail, I put you a print, link to a print, and I put a link to our blog, which you can read in English. Students, which are to cover for that. In fact, the presentation I have prepared for you, I have it in Hindi, the page for the people here from India to understand. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope we develop a lot of social capital with this kind of activity. That's it.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much. And this was really interesting to see, how actually the social capital that you talk about is the real strength of human capital. It is where that human capital can be used to its best. So if we can really develop this will be very interesting. Thank you very much.